Hey everyone, this is another update for Project Manor. So as you can see from last week, we've done a lot more, and it's a lot brighter in here as well because we've got the windows installed. So we're going to do another walkthrough and answer some questions again.
Alright, so in the past weeks we've been basically working mainly on the skimming and the base coat, and then now also started on the carpentry. So we've got the skirting architraves on in the loft. So currently in the top floor for this property, windows also installed. So last time we hadn't had the Velux installed, we've now got that on, bringing in loads of light into this room. So one of the great things about having a loft room is obviously pitched roof, nice feature, also dual aspect windows. So we've got two windows in here, we've got the Velux and also the window over here. So behind me we're going to house a little kitchenette for the studio, and we also got plenty of room for the rest of the room, like the bedroom, the wardrobe, wardrobe and everything else. So on the other side of the loft, we have another studio room. This one's a slightly different shape. It's quite long. On this end, we've got the kitchenette, which is going to go over here. And then the bed and the rest of the other furniture going to go on this end. So this is where all the magic happens with the carpentry. We got our table saw, mitre saw over here. Got the architraves there, which are going to be cut. So yeah, in the first floor we're also doing the same. Started with the base coat, got the skirting boards on, just going all around the house at the minute, just basically doing the carpentry and starting the decorating. Okay, so yeah, this one you can see is a bit of a work in progress in terms of the decorating. This one's still freshly skimmed. You can see the colour difference, still quite dark because it's still drying. But yeah, this will be decorated soon as well with the base coat and also the skirting and the architraves. So last week we were looking at the ceiling, and above the ceiling we've also got the acoustic slab, which is both thermal and acoustic rated. We've obviously boarded that, skimmed that now, and this is what it now looks like. It looks more like a room.
So Ray, what are these valves that we've got here?
Right, let me talk about these valves. So basically, in this property, we have quite a lot of en-suites. We've got 7 en-suites, and basically what these valves here are basically there to control the valves for hot and cold feeds for each of the en-suites. So this is really useful if you want to improve your maintenance in your properties. It means that you don't have to bother tenants about telling them, oh, we've got to shut off the water supply. If there's an issue with one of the en-suites, we can simply just do it locally, and the other tenants won't even need to know about it.
So what's going on with all these blue paint on the plasterboards?
Sure. So basically, when we board the walls, there's always joints in the plasterboard, and because this is a wet area where we're going to tile, we want to make double sure that if water somehow gets behind the tiles, because they do, sometimes they go through the grout. If there's enough water on there for a prolonged period, it can go through to the plasterboard, and because there's joints, they can potentially go through the joints as well. So what we do is we tank them. So we put this membrane or tape, and then we put tanking paint over the top of it. So it's basically like a water barrier, so a waterproof barrier, that is. So it means that water will not penetrate through those cracks. I'm standing in the kitchen lounge at the minute. As you can see, a work in progress. Haven't done too much in this room yet, but we have boarded everything. All the first fixes completed, so the skimming is going to follow, and the rest of the decorating carpentry will as well. This is basically where all the heating is managed by these units here. So this one's the hot water cylinder, and then over here we've got the system boiler. So that basically acts like a big kettle. Basically, it heats up all the water, and then the storage tank for the hot water stays in here. So that it means that whenever someone's taking a hot shower, the water gets drawn from this big hot water tank.
So what's the reason behind putting these plastic sleeves around with these pipes?
Great question. So we actually put these foam sleeves there to insulate the pipes, just to avoid any like heat loss, because obviously central heating is going to have hot water pumping through all these pipes, and we don't really want to lose all that heat, because eventually it goes to the radiators, where we do want to lose the heat, because that warms up the room. So those are there basically just to insulate it, make sure that it's a lot more efficient with the central heating.
Okay, so that's everything for this week. We've gone through a lot of some of the technical side, so Ray's answered some of those questions, and yeah, hopefully next week you'll be able to see some of the rooms pretty much all finished, and yeah, by then I think pretty much everything will be covered up. So looking forward to the next video. All right, thanks everyone.